I'm John Owens, and I'm the former Chief of Party for the USAID project, which was known as the Microenterprise Access to Banking Services, or MABS program. The MABS program worked with the Rural Bankers Association of the Philippines, or RBAP, and basically was to help them to develop a capacity to really reach out to micro entrepreneurs in the countryside. Program worked with the over 500 rural banks that served about 5 million clients in the countryside, reaching out to all parts of the country. The MABS program worked with primarily with the Rural Bankers Association, but we also provided support to the Banco Central of Filipinas, as well as other government agencies such as the Ministry of Finance, in particular the Insurance Commission. With the Insurance Commission, we worked on things like opening up the regulatory environment to support access to microinsurance. And we also work closely again with the BSP, which is the Banco Central of Filipinas, the Philippine Central Bank, on policies that they wanted to issue to promote financial inclusion. And this included a range of different services, including some of the initial work that was done to provide mobile payments back through the in partnership between the rural banks and e-money issuers back as early as 2004. During MABS, I think one of the most exciting developments was really the use of mobile-enabled electronic payments, and this really came about initially through a partnership between Globe Telecom and later with Smart Communications, which had set up electronic money issuers in the Philippines, primarily geared to help with looking at payments. There wasn't really a focus at the beginning of reaching the base of the pyramid, and this is something that USAID's program helped introduce and develop and help those partnerships come up in terms of testing initiatives that could reach people at the base of the pyramid. The Philippines is actually the first country in the world with support of USAID, where the first woman in the world ever made a mobile microfinance loan payment from a place called Talaca in Bukidnon to her rural bank, which was then Green Bank of the Philippines, in a place called Cagayan de Oro, maybe 45 minutes away. That experiment was then replicated later on by M-Pesa and others, but the Philippines was the first. So there was a lot of excitement around that. That led to USAID following the efforts of the MABS program with the Scaling Innovation in Mobile Money, or SIM project, which lasted for a couple of years. And then USAID realized that to really provide for inclusive economic growth, focused on digital payments, they really had to broaden this up. So they came up with the ePaySIM project, which is an ongoing project that followed, and it's really looking more at digital financial inclusion and developing a more cashless economy, which will help for inclusive economic growth. I think the impact that the MABS program had was, as I said, it was an integral part of what USAID was trying to do in terms of supporting the Philippines in terms of a more inclusive economic growth approach, inclusive access to finance. So that first of all, USAID worked on the policy regulatory environment, making sure that was in place. There was some follow-on work with that within the MABS program, but primarily what we were working on was the rural banking sector and getting rural banks to develop their capacity. During the life of the project, the rural banks that were served by the project dispersed over $960 million in loans, so over 3 million loans to over 1 million clients. Those banks also were able to mobilize a lot of resources and managed over 1.4 million micro deposit accounts, as well as other deposit accounts, and really got them to work on issues like savings mobilization. I think the really exciting part was the work that we did in mobile-enabled e-money payments, particularly those that involve the rural banks. So in partnership between the rural banks and the e-money issuers, the rural banks managed or enabled over 3 million mobile money-enabled banking transactions that total over $400 million. So that was really set the stage for what was possible for an effort like this to really look at a cash cashless economy and what this could mean for um, low-income households and those at the base of the pyramid.